Hello friends, this is Pratiksha Tripathi, and in my today's lesson I am going to talk about Bootstrap plugins. Okay, now in my last lesson I have explained you about layout, bootstrapping layout, and why layout is an important aspect. Today I am going to tell you about plugins. Okay, what are plugins and why do we really need plugins in bootstrapping? Okay, what are plugins? Plugins is a software component that adds a specific feature to an existing computer program. Okay, for customization. So for adding an additional features on your web page, we use plugins. Plugins cannot be added through CSS. If you want to add a plugin, you have to use Bootstrap. So there are different types of plugins that we use in particular Bootstrap programming features. So the very first type of plugins, now plugins are either used in two form, either it should be used individually or a compiled. If you are using a plugin individually, okay, you have to import .js files. So some plugins and CSS component depend on other plugins. So if you include plugins individually, make sure to check for these dependencies in the documents. If you are using a compiled means all at once, not with CSS but all together, then you have to use bootstrap.js or minified bootstrap.min.js. So if you are using it individually, then .js files. If you are using it in a compiled way, then you have to include bootstrap.js, okay, or bootstrap min.js. Contain all the plugins in the single file. Now the very first type of plugins that we are going to talk about is the transition plugins. Okay, transition plugins. Now what is a transition? Transition is nothing but going from one page to another page, and transition is very important. Although you have used navigation bar, but if you will not add a navigation feature or a transition feature in that particular navigation bar, then your data will not be working, because although you have used pages, okay, although you have used navigation bar, but the pages are not moving from one page to another. Is that a useful thing? No. So to go from one page to another, you have to add transition.js, a transition plugin. Okay, so transition.js, this is the file. Transition.js is a basic for transition and event. Okay, it is used by other plugins to check for CSS transition. Okay, now basically transition.js is used with different use cases like sliding or fading, okay, or sliding carousel panes. Now carousel pans are, you must be using in carousel pan. Carousel are nothing but they come and they go, they keep on transiting. You must have seen that in a particular website, for example Amazon. So when you open Amazon, there are certain news that comes for certain periods, for some minute or for some seconds, and they go. It flash and go, in flash and go. Okay, so it comes, wait for like some seconds, then another one comes, and so on. So that is how it happens through transition.js. Next we have is the model plugin. Now in model plugin, what happened? Model plugin works in a different way as compared to transition. A model is a child that is layered over its parent window. Okay, so I have a child window that is layered upon parent window. So I have a parent window, and on that parent window I have a child window. So typically the purpose is to display content from a separate source that can have some interaction without leaving the parent window. So I have the main page, like when you make a web page, you have a home page, then you have other pages. So all the pages opens on the home page. If you do not have a home page, then where you will open other pages? So that is because of model.js. It is because of model.js. So you have a home page, okay, on that different pages are. So like Facebook has one home page, and on that other pages like messages, notifications, other pages are open. So here Facebook is a parent window, and other pages are child pages or child window. Now the usage are, you can use it via data attributes, or you can use using JavaScript. These are two basic ways by which you can use model.js or model plugins. Next we have is the drop down plugins. Now in drop down plugins, what happens? Drop down plugins are basically needed in our web page for drop down menus. Now you have drop down menus, like for example home has different other features. Then you have codings that have different features. Then you have contact. In contact you have other features. You have used drop down menus. So to work for dropping down, now if that menu only drop down but you cannot select anything, is that a useful thing? No. If you are dropping down a list, then you have to select also. Like as I've explained, that if you are going from one page to another page, what you need to include? You have to include navigation. You have to use transition.js. Same way, if you have a drop down, then you have to use dropdown.js. So navigation bars, tabs, pills and buttons, these are all using drop down. These are the usage of drop downs that works with dropdown.js, or we say drop down plugins. Next we have is the scroll spy. Okay, scroll spy plugins. Now scroll spy plugins are basically used for auto updating navigation. Okay, it allows you to target section of the page for auto updating. Like for example, if it scroll automatically, like your web page, when you open a web page, on your right there is a scroll bar. To make that scroll bar work, we have to use plugins, that is scrollspy.plugins or scrollspy.js. So for auto updating the navigation, that means how a user can go from anywhere to anywhere, up, down, left, right, okay, wherever the user needs. Then we have is the tab plugin. Tab plugin means if you go from one tab to the other tab, then you have tab plugins, okay, tabular navigations. Now for here you have to use tab.js. Now in tab plugins you have a feature known as fade effect. Okay, what does this fade effect do? A fade effect is used for adding a fade to each tab pane. Okay, now this is the property. A fade effect is a property that can be added to different tabs. Then we have alerts. We have seen various types of alerts: success, warning, danger, info. In my second or third lesson I have explained, so you may go and you can visit that and you can revise it. So for working alerts, you have to use alert.js as a plugin. Thank you for watching my lesson. I hope this is quite beneficial for you. Kindly give us your feedback. Thank you so much.